Ladies and gentlemen, when I get up here on the radio and I tell you that they are training Northcom to confiscate your guns, it's because I knew they'd set up Northcom in the late 1990s. They didn't set up Northcom in 2002. Bill Clinton was giving speeches to Northcom in 1993. It is the military jurisdiction over the United States controlling the American people. And now the John Warner Defense Authorization Act of 2007 states their job is to take on the American people and the governors and the states. And now the feds are openly announcing they're federalizing all the water and are going to basically take people's property if they want it. So everywhere in the east and the south that isn't under federal control like they are in the west, we now are going to be, because they're announcing a buffer zone of 3 times the size of the waterway on either side, where they can come on your property without warrants, do whatever they want. That's coming up next hour. And that's all because we're going under IMF World Bank receivership publicly. Publicly. In fact, do you have that Napolitano clip ready? That's going to come up in a few minutes. Just, he is now saying what I'm saying. He did this Friday. I've been saying this for months, obviously. In the Obama deception, I explained, after they bankrupt us and steal tens of trillions, they will then set up a new Bank of the World that will pay our carbon taxes to and that will then regulate us. How do I know? I'm reading their official documents. Now it's been announced, but it's worse than I thought. Worse than I thought. They're bypassing even the illusion of freedom and signing deals with this private offshore bank in treaties. They're going to have the private Federal Reserve, its regional governorship, its holding company, openly be above all laws and do whatever it wants. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you think they've stolen $14.8 trillion, more than the GDP in 8 months, 7 months? This is worse than I even thought. I am shaking right now. They are definitely going for absolute broke. This is it. This is the total, complete takeover. They're going to stage massive terror attacks. But I'll tell you this. The good news is the people are waking up. I'm in here getting ready to do the Sunday syndicated show. It's really growing, by the way. And I'm listening to Dr. Dean Edell, who I've interviewed before. He's a different cat when he's on your show. And he knows who I am. And a caller calls in and goes, yeah, I heard David Rockefeller wants to reduce world population, and the government dug up a dead whaler to get the old 1918 Spanish flu that killed 40 million people. He said it's conspiracy theory, isn't real. You couldn't hide something like that. That's been in the Journal of Science. London Guardian, ABC News reported 2 weeks ago, world's rich meet in secret meeting to call for population reduction. I mean, in fact, Paul Hartman, right now, just Google rich. The exact headline from The Guardian, that was a really in-depth one, was world's richest meet to discuss population reduction. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Dean. I happen to have the actual articles with them saying it themselves. Oh, but it's a conspiracy theory. Okay, well, proposed law allows AG Holder to block gun sales to over 1 million Americans. And I've been giving this bill number out for months and months. In fact, the chief of staff of the White House introduced this last year when he was still in the Congress, Rahm Emanuel. And I've given all those bill numbers on air. And the media is pushing it, saying it's a good thing. This is guilty until proven innocent. You have absolutely no rights, no liberties, no freedom. There's no way to get off the list. This is like wearing a yellow star in Nazi Germany, where you can't have businesses, can't buy, can't sell. And Homeland Security says you're on that list, and the criminal list is over 4 million, under Patriot Act compliance for every car dealership, banks, car rentals, hotels, jobs, everything. When you have bad credit, you're going to be on the no-fly list. Anything, somebody doesn't like you, you're going to be on it. It's a chilling effect. And the bill is called the No Fly, No Buy. And they add 25,000 people a month to it. 3 or 4 months ago, it was 1,100,000. That means it's over 1,200,000. Now, that's mainstream news, New York Times, but they're saying it's a good idea. We're going to have a new class of American where no judge, no jury, you're just on a list. And the feds come in and take your farm or ranch and say you can't use it. If rainwater hits it, that's what the bill says. Rainwater. And that's not even me. I'm listening to the local news people covering that on record during the breaks. This is really all happening, ladies and gentlemen. And if that isn't enough for you, here's the newest one. This is the newest report This is up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. We are breaking this, just like we broke the Homeland Security report and the Mayak report, saying all veterans, all gun owners are the number one threat. Homeland Security, Northcom is designed for you so that the criminal foreign banks can secure their takeover. They're here to babysit you with a baton and a machine gun upside the head and to make sure this heist takes place properly. Of course, the cops don't know that. Virginia State Police say anti-New World Order and gun rights activists are terrorists, and I've read this report. This was federally written. Just like I told you, the state police report in Missouri, the Mayak report was federally written, and that came out later. It was, because I've read the federal reports. But this says gun rights activists are terrorists and tells the state police, go read it, to go ahead and take you in for questioning. You see somebody with a get us out of the UN sticker, take them to jail. That's right, because the UN's the receivership body to take this country over. And cops, when you lose your pension fund and everything you got, just remember you help the New World Order. And you pimp judges and the sellout congressmen we've got and the state senators, all of you. We are being absolutely usurped right now. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts is coming up. But again, DOD training manual describes all protests as terrorism. The actual training manual is up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com right now. And mainstream news is reporting it like it's normal, going, oh, yes, protesting is now terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, this government is completely rogue. Let's go ahead and start playing Napolitano. Because, well, we'll play it when we come back. Because I want you to understand something. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the show, I got on the air, and this isn't about me getting credit. It's about you getting credit. And it's about showing people there's a chance to fight these monsters off. Listen to me very, very carefully. I went on air, and I said, you got to break this story nationally that they're secretly hired 20-plus thousand preachers to tell their flocks to turn their guns in to go to FEMA camps and render unto Caesar. Secretly. They're not supposed to tell the practitioners or it's not the right word, the parishioners, not practitioners, the parishioners. You're not supposed to tell them. They're on secret government payroll. This is Reuters is reporting the CIA's recruiting your local bankers to spy on you. That's completely illegal. They're running CIA ads on radio and TV everywhere. This is a total takeover of America. The Pentagon, the CIA, all work for offshore banks. It's a big joke. We're being hijacked. This is a corporate takeover. But this is what's positive. I got on the air and ranted and raved and beat my brains out, and now finally a few mainstream outlets are reporting that it is a total Federal Reserve dictatorship, and now we've got a chance to beat it. Because you spread the word and you took the articles that Paul Watson and Steve Watson wrote, like Obama regulatory reform plan officially establishes banking dictatorship in the United States. Steve wrote this other article, financial dictatorship spreads to Europe. The very same system, it's the same shareholders, same system being set up there. They're now, you know, Napolitano's told me he listens to the show, and so does his producer. And I'm honored that he basically word for word took what I said, did the research himself as a former federal judge, and did a report on Fox News. But that's coming up when we get back. But there's a wrinkle to it that will break down as well. But we've got to beat them. If we tell the public foreign banks are hijacking, we've got a chance to beat them. Stay with us.